Informative and unpredictable, testing the limits like only we can. From Span Enterprises in Rock Hill, South Carolina, it's the Bandit Room.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Bandit Room. Today I have Trucking Mundo's Jessica, Trucker B, and of course myself, Express Amber. So the three amigos from the trucking department are going to discuss with you some of the big issues that are going on in the trucking industry currently. And let's just get right to it. The first topic that we're going to talk about is RESPECT, respect in the trucking industry. So,
or lack thereof.
That's right. So let's talk about it. What do you guys think about the lack of respect for the trucking industry, or the respect that you think they get?
Well, I mean, I think most people just don't know how hard it is to be a truck driver. They just think it's a 9 to 5, you just hop in and drive all day and then go home. But, you know, most of the time they're not going home, so you're sleeping in the truck. You usually don't get paid really well. And it's really stressful. There's a lot of different regulations, you know. So
I agree.
I think it's just a lack of understanding and maybe education on what a truck driver is.
Right. Well, and I think sometimes us four-wheelers are, we just don't understand the beast of a semi-truck. So, you know, there's times that I've seen where cars just cut off a semi-truck. There just seems to be a lack of understanding that they cannot slam on their brakes like we can.
Right.
So even in driving, I feel like there's a lack of respect for these drivers who are hauling 80,000 pounds, and there's no way that they can stop if you pull in front of them. So I think even driving, there's a lack of respect to a certain degree. But then, like you were saying, just not understanding the stress that they're under from being out on the road for weeks at a time, being away from your family. If they have kids, you know, they're under a lot of stress, and we just really don't understand all that they're under.
Right. Not only that, but they're bringing us all our stuff.
That's right.
So, like, we should maybe, you know, be a little more friendly to them if you want your stuff.
That's right. And then I was going to say also that that we're talking about stress out on the road. Okay, so literally the stress of driving, but also for those of us who are not truckers, they are so heavily regulated that not only are they having to deal with where are they going to pick up their next load, how much is it going to pay them, when do they need to drop it off, then they have to deal with those of us who are idiots on the road and cutting them off, but then they also have to deal with the regulations. So all the different deadlines that they have to file taxes or pay the government, pay their state, they are so heavily regulated. So there's just so many different aspects of the trucking industry that I just don't think that we understand as a normal citizen out there driving around. So so we feel you guys. We know that sometimes people do lack respect, but here at ExpressTruckTax, we have the respect. So let's move on to our next topic, which is the truck driver shortage. I know it's a shocker that we're talking about this, but it's a hot topic, and so we want to talk about what is important to you guys. And there definitely is a trucking shortage, and so we want to just kind of dive into that for a minute and understand why there is a trucking shortage and what we can do about it. So Brian, what are your thoughts on the trucking shortage?
Well, I think they're estimating, around like 50,000 or so driver shortage, which, I don't know, you go to the store, you get your stuff, like maybe sometimes they're out of stuff, you know, maybe that's because there's not enough truck drivers, I don't know. But I know there's an increase in demand for shipping, right? So as consumers, we are buying more stuff. America, we want our stuff.
That's right.
Right, Amber? We want all the stuff, but somebody's got to bring us the stuff. And somebody's got to drive that truck that brings us the stuff. And somebody's got to pay that guy who's driving that truck to bring us the stuff.
Right. You're exactly right, Brian. And according to the American Trucking Association, the number of drivers has held steady for the last 2 decades, right around 3.5 million drivers. But we are seeing a decrease in that number, and I really do think it's because the companies aren't paying them well. And just like we were talking a few minutes ago, there's so many factors that go into driving a truck. It's not just hopping in the cab and driving wherever. There's so many different factors that go into it. And if the company isn't going to pay you well, which leads to a 90% turnover rate. That's insane. So what we're seeing is that companies aren't paying as well or paying what the driver is worth. And so they're hopping around trying to get the best deal that they can. And it's leading to driver shortages.
Well,
they're getting out of the industry.
Well, that too. Maybe even like the younger guys are not getting into it because they know how bad it is.
Right.
Maybe they know like, oh, I'm not gonna make that much money. I'm gonna be away from home. It's not as glorious as it used to be.
Yeah.
Like out on the open road, like truck driver.
Yeah.
Instead, you got big brother in your truck tracking you, and
Yeah.
you got to be somewhere at a certain time, and it's all you're not getting paid as well. So
Yeah. I think like back in the 80s, like it was cool. Like, oh, I'm gonna be a truck driver, and
like American Cowboy.
Yeah, and like the sons wanted to follow in their father's footsteps, and I think they're just, people are getting tired of all the regulations. It's such a heavy regulated industry, and they're getting tired of it. They're not getting paid right. There's a lot of things a lot of factors that are going into this trucking shortage, but nevertheless, it is there.
And there's way more people in the world.
That's
right?
true. Yep.
So if we don't have more truck drivers, who's going to bring all these more people their stuff?
Yeah, and here so there's a record shortage of 50,000 drivers, and expects that number to skyrocket to 174,000 drivers short by 2026 if nothing happens in the industry. So it's definitely a topic worth talking about, and to keep talking about it, because we need to make sure that we have drivers, or else we are not going to have anything at the stores to go get. So
what would you do if you went to the store and there was no food?
cry.
Probably.
Do you know how to hunt? Go fishing?
No.
How are you going to feed your family?
Yeah, or even, our beloved Target, like
Target.
What if there's nothing on the shelves? This is crucial. So I definitely think that we need to keep working towards a solution for the trucking industry, and it needs to become that 1980s I'm going to be a truck driver again
Yeehaw!
kind of mentality. So
I think one thing they could do that would maybe help is we could lower the age that you have to be a truck driver. Because it's like 21 right now?
yeah, I think they're lowering it to 18.
So maybe we can get some young guns on the block,
Right.
driving
Young
this-
and dumb.
Hey, they're not as concerned about the pay problems.
That's
They
right.
just need a job, so
They still have mommy and daddy.
that's one place we can go. What do you think?
I read truckers are paid less, like really less, like they're not paid good.
Right.
They spend up to 30 days away from home. It's a
Like police.
dangerous job, and this should easily be a six-figure job.
Now, if it was a six-figure job, I'd walk out and I'd go buy me a truck.
I've always thought it would be super fun to throw my family in the truck and go drive around the country. But I know that there's a lot of stressful things that come with it too, and
You don't think it'd be stressful with your kids in the truck with you?
ain't no we got time for that. They would be back in the cab.
I was thinking, you're gonna throw them. Now we got child abuse issues going
No,
on.
it's okay. It's all right.
I was thinking more maybe retire.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Retire, buy a truck,
That's true.
just kind of drive around a little bit, see the countryside.
Yeah, it's probably not like that.
It's probably not, but that'd be cool.
It would be really cool. You know what you could buy? An RV.
Yeah, but I can't make money hauling stuff as I go.
Well, maybe you could.
We're gonna haul with an RV.
Like an Uber RV.
A party RV.
Yes. Okay, cool. All right, so that leads us to our next point of driver pay, which we already kind of covered it here with the driver shortage. I think that the driver pay is leading to the driver shortage, but yeah, I definitely think this is a factor in the driver shortage.
Yeah, so they've kind of started. I guess companies have kind of started to realize it's a problem. So I think they're kind of experimenting with different things right now. The big one's always been let's do an hourly pay
Right.
for drivers. But that would be, I guess every driver would want to be paid hourly instead of just especially if you're stuck waiting in detention and you're just sitting there waiting for them to load you up for hours. At least you could be getting paid something.
Right. Yeah.
What do you think? You think truck drivers should be paid hourly?
More companies are offering bonuses to new drivers, so that could be a head start for drivers that
Yeah,
maybe
like
want to
sign-on
get in the
bonus.
trucking
Yeah.
industry and getting that head start on their bonus. So
Yeah.
I think you need the bonus.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty expensive, especially if you're buying a truck.
To get started.
Yeah,
I mean
think-
that's
I
huge.
feel like you'd have to have it almost.
Yeah. Especially, obviously if you're leasing on with a company, they kind of help you get started and provide all of that stuff to start with. But it's still so expensive to get started. And I've always said, I was working with TS in America for a couple years, and we did authorities and DOT numbers. We started everything for the trucker. And it takes about $5,000 to get started, but then depending on when you get started, your quarterly taxes are coming right around the corner. So I mean, like when you're talking about your startup fees and all that stuff, I would always tell the drivers, look, have at least 2 quarters worth of salary saved up so that you can get off on a good start. But I think that when these companies are helping the driver start all of that and offering a bonus, that's going to sweeten the deal a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good they're trying new stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think there's got to be more. Like, I think one of the newer things is like doing like this guaranteed pay. So like, no matter how much you drive, if you go like X amount of miles, we're gonna pay you this amount of money. So like that, I guess that gives some sort of incentive to like, because that's always the issue with the company is like, well, there's not enough incentive. Like,
Right.
If we pay them hourly, what are they gonna be in a rush for?
Right.
So maybe if you put like a number, like a goal you have to get get like this base pay, then like kind of everything after is like almost like a bonus.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Well, and I think the ELD mandate might factor in that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
A lot of the drivers are saying a lot of the drivers still do not like the ELD mandate. Again, I think it's a shock. But they're talking about how the ELD mandate, what they don't like about it is the hours of service, which I think kind of goes with this, paying drivers hourly. Well, if they're stuck in traffic, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, you're not moving.
Right.
So you can't get paid per mile.
Right.
That's not good.
Yeah. So this all kind of links back together. But yeah, I'm excited that they're trying
They're
new.
trying stuff, so companies keep trying stuff.
That's right,
Something
yes.
will work and help.
Yeah, and I think if we keep trying stuff and what works, we'll get that driver shortage back down. Obviously, though, we have to do something.
And then Jessica can go to the store and get her groceries.
That's right.
that's right.
Because does she look like she can hunt or fish or grow a garden?
You never know.
Next, we're going to talk about the big issue of parking.
There is not enough parking.
There is not enough parking.
Why do
Basically.
Walmart hate truckers?
Yeah, there are some Walmarts you can't park your truck there anymore.
That's right.
There's this town in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, right up the road from us. They just passed an ordinance. You can't even park your truck at your house.
Oh, wow.
Everyone was all upset. I guess there's too many people parking at their house. Like, so you can't park at your house. You can't park at Walmart. And where are you going to park? You got to stop now for the ELD mandate. Where are you going to park
Right,
that big
right.
thing? You know?
I don't know. Maybe at the gas station?
Maybe at Target.
Maybe Target will love truckers if Walmart isn't.
Maybe we should open a parking lot.
We should.
And then
Up in DC, like when you get off the interstates, they have these big fenced parking lots. So like people who, what is that called?
parking lot.
No. People who commute together.
Oh, commuting is.
No, it's not communion.
What do you call that?
What?
When you ride together.
Carpool.
Carpool.
Boom,
Thank you. Okay. So people up in DC in those areas, like they'll drive from their homes to these parking lots and then they'll carpool, into the city. But they're these huge parking lots. Like maybe that's what we need to do is just, start.
Some parking lots.
Yeah, get some parking right off the interstate because if they're not allowed to park
There's
at their
business
house.
For it,
Yeah.
I know. Last time I went on vacation, I remember just driving down the interstate and like, I've never seen that many trucks just like parked on the side of the road. And I was like, what are all these trucks doing just parked on the
That's
side
right.
of the road? But
Yep.
I guess, if there's nowhere to park and you run out of hours and you got an ELD mandate, you just got to pull
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
Right? Where are you going to go?
And I know that the FMCSA is still working with the hours of service and to make sure that drivers are safe. Like even if you run out of hours, I know that they're putting something in place where if you're out of hours and you are going to park and you get pulled over, you're not going to get in trouble. Obviously, if you're still barreling down the road at 90 miles an hour and trying to get to your next stop.
It's like 3 o'clock in the morning and you have to stop.
Right.
And you're like on some back road interstate.
Yeah.
You just got pulled over. That's sketchy.
Yeah. But the FMCSA is working to make the hours of service workable with the ELD mandate. So
I think we should have a Truck and Mundo parking lot.
That's right.
for all
For
your
our Latino people out there,
only Latinos.
everyone is welcome.
Okay,
Everyone
that's
is
good.
welcome.
That's good. That's good. So Flying J and TA Petro are allowing a limited number of parking spots available for reservations now to help accommodate the trucking clients. This is helpful to guarantee a spot, but obviously this can be pricey because a reservation can cost $12 to $15.
Or what you can do is, if you're smart, is you buy a whole bunch of spots and then you sell them.
Then you up. Oh.
I saw this guy on Facebook. He sold his spot for $100.
Yeah.
And then he said he just went around the corner and parked his truck.
Yeah.
I
If
mean,
you,
$100.
yeah.
Gotta
Because
work in
people
the
who
market,
aren't thinking ahead of time, they're going to be desperate.
Yeah, we should. Just
That may be part price gouging.
Is it though?
I don't know.
We can talk about that another time.
Yeah.
Also, when you're parking in like public places like Target or Walmart or anything, you have to be. We love y'all truckers, but you gotta be a little clean sometimes. Because the reason why Walmart has signs that says no parking here, you find the gallons of oil on top of a Walmart cart and diapers, trash everywhere.
Diapers.
Yeah,
I don't know that the diapers are from the
You
truckers
blame this
though.
on the.
I mean, are they like Depends or like baby
might be
diapers?
I don't know, but I saw a video on YouTube where a guy was recording outside of a Walmart, and he says these are the reasons why Walmart hates truckers because
Uh-oh.
there's
You know,
trash
you can't believe
everywhere.
everything on the internet though.
Yeah, but
But you should be clean, truckers.
You do.
For your own health.
And last but certainly not least, the topic of the day, the deadline that's coming up. The 2290 heavy vehicle use deadline is on August 31st.
yay!
$550.
All right, guys, this is important because you have to pay it. You just want to pay it before the deadline so that you're not paying your tax plus penalties. Our goal at ExpressTruckTax is to help you file your 2290 quickly and efficiently. You can get your stamp Schedule 1 back in minutes, and if you're leased to a company that is affiliated with us, they will receive a copy of your stamp Schedule 1 automatically.
Boom.
That is the deal winner right there.
So, file on time. Company's not hassling you for your 2290. IRS isn't hassling you for your money because you already got enough people on your back. So let's not let the IRS come after you.
True that.
And we can help you. And you can call Truck and Mundo and talk Spanish.
That's right. Like if you only speak the Espanol, don't worry, we have Espanol here.
And maybe you're driving and you don't want to like deal with it, so you can call TSN America and we will actually do it for you. So
Over the phone.
no
That's right.
excuses.
There really is none. So you need to get your act together. Call Express Truck Tax or TSN America and just file your 2290. There's no sense in waiting. File it now.
File now.
Bueno, mi gente, si ustedes hablan español, no se preocupen que nosotros aquí hablamos español e inglés para poder ayudarle a hacer su forma 2290.
What she said.
What she said.
Así que llámenos, no tenga excusa que aquí hablamos dos lenguajes.
She said no excuses. That's what I say too. All right. So thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Trucker B. Thank you to myself. We're all here to help you through this season. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call, 704-234-6005. And if you want us to file for you over the phone, call us at 803-386-0320. We'll help you with either. All right?
Thank you, truckers.
Bye.